Welcome, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this, I'm glad you're here. Today I want to talk a little bit about group labels and arrangements within ProPresenter. And the reason I want to do this is because my line of work, or my position at the church, I create all the slides that go on the screens, or I arrange them all at least. I create my slides and arrange some others, and I have my hands on anybody that brings slides into our church that want them on the screens in our worship center. I have my hands on them. And the reason I want to address this topic is because a lot of times when we have groups come in, whether it be a person giving a presentation or somebody doing a song, song service, whatever it is, I'll see their ProPresenter presentations and think, man, you're doing this wrong, or you're not doing it as effective as you could be. So today I want to show you how you may be doing it wrong and how you can do it more effectively to speed up your workflow drastically. So let's just dive right into this thing and we'll get started. So what I have here is a dummy song in ProPresenter. I just created this on the fly real quick before I started this video to have something to work with. And this is what I see a lot of times when I get slides or when other people create them, is you kind of just create a slide, here's a verse, here's a chorus, verse 2, blah, 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 bridges, tags, and you have your song laid out, and there it is, and you're done. But the good thing about group labels and arrangements is we're way past the point of PowerPoint days where you had to create a separate slide for everything. And if this is not how it's laid out when I see them, sometimes I will see this. Now I may do some things as I go through this video that I kind of just do real quick to get through in a hurry. I use a lot of keyboard shortcuts. I'm of the mindset that if I can use a keyboard shortcut to do it really quick, I'm going to do it if it's going to save me time. So if you don't know all the keyboard shortcuts, it's fine. I may do another video explaining all those. But for the time being, we're just going to get through this thing. So here's our song. We have it laid out. And if it's not laid out just like this, a bunch of slides, some people use group labels, but they don't use them the correct way. So maybe you're in this camp. So you come to your group labels, and if you know nothing about this, all it is you're labeling each slide. You're giving it a name, saying, so you can quickly look at it and see what it is. So all you have to do is right-click a slide, group label, and this is verse 1. Boom, it created verse 1. Now the way ProPresenter works is if all of this was the same group, let me just undo that real quick and maybe I can do this. Select everything. I don't know if I can or not. Ungroup. This is the way what I'm doing now. This is one of those things where I'm just going to speed through it real quick, and yeah, there we go. So this is the way it'll work most of the time when you first create a song. If you add a group label, you'll add verse 1, and everything will turn that color and look like it's part of verse 1. That's completely fine because everything is not in a group right now. So anything after verse 1, it's thinking, okay, all this other stuff is ungrouped. It's part of this group. So when you do it, don't get thrown off the first time you do it. But here's how there's an easy way to fix that. You created your verse 1. So these first 2 slides are actually part of verse 1. Here's where my chorus hits. So I can just right click it and say new group, chorus. And again, it's going to change everything red because it thinks it's all part of the chorus. But you just keep working your way through the song like that, labeling everything. So right after chorus 1, I actually have verse 2. So I go to new group, verse 2, and then chorus starts again. And then we get to our bridge. Actually, the next 3 slides are bridges. New group, bridge, bridge, bridge. Here's back to my chorus. And this is actually, you probably can't read that real well, but it says this is a chorus variation. It has a catchy hook with embellishments. So this is actually going to be chorus 2. And then here at the very end is my tag. It repeats the hook line 2 to 34 times is what the tag is what I have down. So we have everything labeled now, and here's where most people leave it, and they're like, okay, I'm done. There's that song. Boom. But here's why this is not the most effective way to do this. If I come in here to chorus 1, I'm just going to go edit slide, and I notice, oh man, I misspelled hook. It's not H-U-K, it's H-O-O-K. So I change it, cool. Now all I have to do is come down to my next chorus, change it, cool, and then so forth to my next chorus. You get the idea. This way of doing it is not a wrong way of doing it, having everything labeled like this, but it's not the most efficient way, and I'll show you why. So let me undo these guys here. So back to my misspelled word. Here's where arrangements come in, and this is going to blow your mind if you don't know it already. If you hit this little guy above the master slide layout here, this is the arrangements button. It's basically, I guess, a picture of a master arrangement and then other separate arrangements under it. So when I click that, it brings down a drop down row of buttons that have everything labeled: verse 1 chorus, verse 2 chorus, so forth, and all of these correspond with all the groups I just created, if that makes sense. So verse 1 are these 2 slides, chorus 1 is this chorus, verse 2 up here is this chorus, the chorus after verse 2 up here in the gray buttons is this chorus, so forth and so forth. I've got my three bridges, chorus. But if I will create a slide, create a label for each group, I'll try to explain this in a way that makes sense, or say it in a way that makes sense. If something repeats, for instance, like a chorus, this is a chorus, it has a catchy hook. The very next one is the same thing. This is a chorus, it has a catchy hook. Okay, that's the same thing as chorus 1. Instead of copying and pasting that slide when I'm laying it out, I'm going to close this out real quick because most of y'all are used to this view if you don't know what arrangements are. If it's laid out like this, what I want to do is get rid of all these choruses that are the same as my first chorus. So I want to delete this guy. I want to come down here and delete this chorus 1 because it's the same as this chorus. Chorus 2 is different, so I'll leave it. And also I have the same problem with my bridge. My bridge, again, I'll make this big so you can see it. This is a bridge, it repeats a lot of phrases. This is a bridge, it repeats a lot of phrases. This is a bridge, it repeats a lot of phrases. All 3 of these are the same. So what I can do is delete these 2, the last 2 guys, and so I have 1 bridge, 1 chorus 1, 1 chorus 2. You get the idea. And you're looking at it thinking, how's this going to work on a Sunday morning? You know, that doesn't make sense. I want my screen operator to be able to just go slide to slide to slide, not have to worry about, oh wait, I think he's going back to chorus 1 after verse 2. I get it. You don't want to confuse people that are running the screens. But if you hit this arrangements button here, come over to this little settings icon, the gear drop down, we have our master view. Right now we're looking at our master. So essentially what this is saying is, in our master, this is all the slides we have for this song. Like, here's everything you have. But what we want to do is go to add a new arrangement. And when we add a new arrangement, this is where it kind of gets subjective. You can call this multiple things, whatever you like, really. At my church, we have 3 services, so whenever I create a song for our service, I just give it the name of our service. So I know next time when I come back to that song and I select our arrangement, it's my arrangement. It's not the other service's arrangement. You can name it default. If you want to name it dates, you can, like August 12, 2018. That way, next month or a few months down the road when you do this song, you can say, well, that's the last arrangement we used, and I want to do the same thing we did last time. That's fine. Whatever you want to name it is fine. I'm just going to stick with default because it's a great default word to use. And when I do that, you notice it brings up a row of bluish bubbles underneath this row of gray ones. So just a quick explanation of what these are. This row of blue bubbles are your arrangement slides. This is still our master up here. So all these gray buttons, this is saying this is all the slides we have for the master arrangement. But these are movable. And what you can do, here's where the awesome part comes in. Let's say I want the same arrangement I originally had when we first started this video. After verse 2 I want to do a chorus, but right now you can see there's not one. It goes straight from verse 2 to the bridge. All I have to do is from my master slides pull down a chorus, pull down chorus 1 after verse 2. So now I've got verse 1 chorus, verse 2 chorus 1, and it threw it in automatically down here at the bottom right after verse 2. I can do the same thing with the bridge. I repeated the bridge 3 times, so I can actually drag down another bridge. It threw it in down here. Do the same thing. It throws another one in. And then I actually did chorus 1 before I did chorus 2, so I'll throw another one in there. And then if I wanted to add a few more tags at the end, I could. We tagged that song 12 times. Whatever. It's all movable. Or if you want to remove something, you're like, I don't want to do that bridge 3 times, I want to do it 2 times. Okay, we'll do it 2 times. Just hit that little X when you hover over it. It'll remove it. Here's the beauty of this. Let's say I have the same problem I did several minutes ago when we were looking at this. I look at my slides and I'm like, oh no, I misspelled the word hook. Really? Come on. All I have to do is come to quick edit or edit. I'm just going to go to quick edit for the time being. Actually, I'll go to edit. I'll go to quick edit. All I have to do is come in here to the word hook, change it, spell it correctly, close it out, and you can see that all of these you may not be able to see. So let me go to edit slide to make it big. All of these choruses changed automatically. They spelled it correctly, because they're all linked. Everything that's chorus 1 is all linked to that arrangement. So I don't have a bunch of separate chorus 1 slides. It's all the same chorus 1. I've just arranged them differently, if that makes sense. And the same thing with any of them. You know, if there's something you need to change it. It does it for all of them. And it not only that, but it'll do it for all your arrangements. So if that was misspelled on the master slide and you fixed it, it fixes it for however many arrangements you had. If you had a Christmas service and this was part of the song, it fixes it there too, as you can see. Fix the spelling there. And while I'm in Christmas service, when you look at this, let's say for our Christmas service we did a separate arrangement. We actually start with the chorus, and then we sing verse 1 and chorus. We don't do a chorus after verse 2. We just go straight to the bridge and repeat it twice, and then do chorus 1, chorus 2 tag. That's my Christmas arrangement. So I know next Christmas when I come back, wait, we did an arrangement of this song that was a little different and it wasn't laid out the same. All I have to do is pull it up. I have my default, which is what I do normal week to week, and then there's my Christmas version. And you can create as many arrangements, I assume as many arrangements as you want. I'm not 100% sure about that. ProPresenter may have a limitation like 1,000 arrangements. I don't know. I've never created more than about 6 or 7, but which is plenty for what we're doing. And I would assume you too. And you can always come in here to your arrangement manager. If you're like, I don't like the name default, all you have to do is come to arrangement manager, double click this guy, and let's name it weekly. Hit enter, done. Changes it to weekly. That simple. And when you look at your when you're looking at your normal, all I did was close out the arrangements by clicking this button. Your song layout, let's say I have this part of a playlist down here, and if you don't know what playlists are, well, again, that's for another video. So here's what my Sunday service may look like. I have a song, I have another song, I have another song. Well, at the header of each song, it will tell you what arrangement you're using. So right now I've got Untitled Song, and it's the weekly arrangement. Well, let me change this guy down here to the Christmas service arrangement. So now, as I scroll down, I can see, okay, the first time through I'm doing the weekly arrangement. This is the Christmas service. And for practical purposes, the benefit of this is, again, like my church, we have 3 separate services. So each service, we have our own arrangement. So we'll have this service, if this is the 8 o'clock service, it'll be called the 8 o'clock service name for all of these songs. So I can quickly just scroll down through here and make sure they're the right arrangements. If I come down something like this and I'm like, whoa, that arrangement's not right, this should be the 8 o'clock service, all I have to do is change it and it's the right one. So that's how it can practically make things easier, just really quickly glancing over, making sure you got the right arrangements. I hope that makes sense. If not, I'm sorry I confused you. Hopefully I can clear it up. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, let me know. I'll clear up any confusion I may have caused. I know there's some things I may have been doing in there that you're like, wait, I didn't know about this, or maybe accidentally on my part. But again, I'll create some more videos about how to better use ProPresenter. And let me go ahead and say that I'm not paid by ProPresenter. I'm not endorsed by them. As a matter of fact, for those that know me, I have a long history of frustrations with Renewed Vision and ProPresenter because of how buggy it can be sometimes. And I could probably make a 25-minute video about different bugs in ProPresenter that I found that are just annoying. But anyway, I hope this helps out. I'll create more videos to help you out as a worship leader or as a church tech or whatever your position is, to get screens going and running efficiently and smoothly. If this did help, let me know. God bless you, and I will see you again soon.